project, Do the Right Thing, which is directed by Spike Lee. And the two elements that I chose to talk about is the writing and cinematography elements from this film. And yeah, so let's get. I'll show you the clip right now.
Why not? You guys are going to take it over someday anyway, right? And Mookie, I want to tell you that there's always going to be a place for you here. Right here at Sal's. Sal's famous pizzeria. Because you've always been like a son to me.
Close, man, close! Just shut up!
I let them in. Let them in. They love my pizza. 4 slices and I'm out of here.
Now we're trying to go home! Shut up! You ain't even a delivery boy, bitch! Sit your black ass down.
No, Sal. 4 slices and regular to go, all right?
Why you gotta curse? Shut up.
Good, it's so good, man. That's fair, man. We want pizza. Come here, bro.
Fight the power! Fight the power! We've got to fight the powers that be! Elvis was a hero to most.
Well, so to talk about this scene is I'll be covering the both the cinematography and writing elements just in one scene because I feel like this perfectly describes what a good scene should be written and shot by. So basically, I'll start by the writing element first. So basically, I like the fact how this movie basically represents kind of this tragedy, and kind of there's no one really to blame, and I feel like this is perfectly visualized just by the fact that how this film, the way it presents itself, especially in this scene, how it goes from just everyone having fun, it's happy, and then kind of these two guys. So the big one on the left is called Radio Raheem, and the small one on the right is called Bugging Out, and both of them they want prominent black figures on the wall. They want like really popular black figures, they want their pictures on the wall, like Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, um and others like that. And so basically they're mad at the fact that there's no there are none of them. They're just Italian Americans, like famous Italian Americans like Frank Sinatra. But the thing is, Sal's Pizzeria, the guy who owns it, he doesn't want to do that just because he feels like he's worked hard to do whatever he wants with his pizzeria, and that people should just respect that because he's not doing anything wrong, which is also respectful. But at the same time, it would be good to show some diversity. And also, I like the fact how, like, while they're walking in, there's kind of like this long shot, and also a Dutch angle to kind of solidify the fact that there's something bad incoming. Because a Dutch angle is basically just 5 to 90 degrees tilted. It could be from anything, and the more tilted it is, the more fear you should have. So that's kind of like the director's message. The director kind of wants you to be anxious or nervous whenever he uses a Dutch angle in a scene. And yeah, I'll just show you the clip.
But he never meant shit to me if she's straight out racist or sucker.
What I tell you about that noise? What I tell you about the pitch? What the fuck are you deaf? Are you? Fuck you! We want the black people on that motherfucking wall of fame now!
Trying to go fucking with me all fucking day bugging out!
With that jungle music off, we ain't in Africa! We ain't gonna be about jungle music! We ain't gonna be about Africa! It's about them fucking bitches! It's about turning that shit off and get the fuck out of my place! Ready or ready? Fuck you! And fuck you too! This is music! My music! Fuck your music! Turn it off! Hey, get the fuck out of here! You fucking clowns! We close you giddy bastards! For good! For good, motherfucker! Until you get the black people on that motherfucking wall of fame! We're gonna fucking close pigeonholes me. You goddamn right.
So the reason why I paused the movie at this shot is because I don't know if you've noticed, but the thing is, whenever it's at Sal, whenever the shot is directed at Sal, it's not as tilted to as compared to Bugging Out and Radio Raheem while they're shouting at him. And the thing is, these characters aren't really characters in the sense that they have character development, which I like about this. It's mainly, basically, at least in my opinion, to solidify the fact that this is like kind of a cautionary tale, a tragedy, basically, because these characters are kind of just stereotypical realistic characters that you'd see. So Sal is the um old school working man, just get the job done, just keep working long hours and all kinds of stuff, and just Bugging Out and Radio Raheem kind of represent this this naive way of solving their problem, in the sense that when you're a kid, you think that just by shouting louder than the guy that you're arguing with, you're smarter, or you're more on the right compared to them. But no, this is just being naive, and it's kind of just perfectly illustrated with these two characters. And I like the fact how, like, for Sal, he's trying to contain the situation. The shot at him isn't really as tilted, but it's still somewhat tilted to show that he's building up a frustration. And also, I like the fact how it's like kind of like a slow build up. They're kind of saying like racial slurs and all kinds of stuff towards each other, so you already know something bad is going to happen. And I also like the fact that, like, the movie's written kind of to you get to see everyone's good side. So before they came in, you saw just Sal just talking about how he kind of just loves his employees, especially Mookie. He doesn't love Mookie more than his sons, but he was saying how, like, he's basically part of the family, almost like a son to him, which is basically true, as you see near the end of the movie.
You black cocksucker! I'll fucking tear your fucking nigger ass! Niggas now! We niggas now! You fucking white trash! You don't even know the what's out! Put the fucking bat down! You fucking getting shot! You black cocksucker! You nigger motherfucker!
I just killed your fucking radio.
So basically, as you can see, as soon as Sal breaks the boombox, everything just um I can't really swear, so I'll just say everything goes bananas, basically. And as you can see, the shot of every single angle is just a Dutch angle now, which is no surprising, just because the angle of the shot is probably, I don't know, 25 or more degrees, which is basically just to solidify the fact that everything is going insane. Everyone's fighting, everyone's getting everyone's just beating their heads together, and yeah. So that's basically all I wanted to say. I've kind of covered everything I wanted to say, but just one last thing. I kind of like this scene in the sense that everyone's kind of just fighting. There's kind of just no one really thought of something, which is kind of just really uh representing of the fact that it's kind of like a cautionary tale in the sense that like in most cautionary tales, no one really thinks, everyone's kind of ignorant and naive, and that's usually what happens to the problem. So I'll just cut forward to what happens.
Shut the fuck up!
So basically, the cops intervene and they try to stop the fight, and then the cops end up having to restrain Radio Rahim and end up taking it way too far and choking him to the point where he dies.
Get up, asshole! Get up!
Yeah, so that's all. Thank you so much for just listening to me, and yeah.